friends, welcome to my channel. Welcome to the life of Ashley. I did that you decided to join the day with me. Today is Nurse Talk Thursday. So I decided to come up with this because I realized that I have not posted a nursing video in an extreme long time, like 8 months. And so it seems like that nursing video that I last posted is getting a lot of feedback and it's still getting a lot of views. And so I kind of want to basically do like part 2 to that, because I talked about how I failed the Nclex. I'm going to tell y'all how I passed the Nclex. Step number 1, you have to have faith. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you are going to pass. You have passed nursing school if you're at this point. You have done everything that you could possibly do. You've passed the courses. A lot of us have already taken anatomy, chemistry, and all of that. We've done all of those things just to get to this point right here. Be able to share my journey with you guys. And at the end of the day, I want all of us nurses to pass. I want us all to win. And whether you're taking your LPN or you're taking your RN, if you use some of my tips or use all of my tips, matter of fact, you will pass. You just need to believe that you will pass. Step number 2, you have to do daily questions. First got out of school, everybody was like, you need to be doing anywhere from 500 to 1,000 questions a day. You need to practice, practice, practice. And I tried to do that when I first took the Nclex, the first and the second time, and it gets overwhelming. What I say is at least try to do anywhere. I'm not even going to set a number on it, but if you wanted to set a number on it, I'm going to say try to do anywhere from 50 to 100. And the reason why I say that is because whenever you're taking the Nclex, I believe, I should have got the exact number, but I think for LPN,
all right guys, it is actually for LPN is 205. RN is 265.
You need to kind of get your mind frame kind of set on sitting somewhere and taking those amount of questions. And you might not get all of them. I remember when I took the Nclex the third time, the first 2 times I got the max questions. I got that both times. Okay, I was very tired. It was like an extreme long, I think I was in there maybe 4 hours or something. But the last time that I took it, I only got 143 questions. And it took me half the time. I think I might have been in there about 2 hours. So you need to start trying to build that up so you can get used to answering that many questions and sitting there. So you're not getting antsy. You're not getting all of that, okay? So what I did when I did my practice questions, I actually used, it's called Nclex practice exam. I went on NCSBN. Keep looking down a little bit because I have a few notes and I didn't want to miss anything for you. So I went on NCSBN.com and I went under their practice exam. And for me, I really, really liked it because it looked like it was the closest thing to the real test for me. And when you get a question wrong, it will give you the rationale of why you got that question wrong. It will break it all the way down so that you can understand why you answered the question the way that you did. And I think having those explanations like that and me understanding why I was getting certain questions wrong, it really prepared me for taking the Nclex the third time, okay? You don't have to go to ncsbn.com. You can use Hearst Review, or if you've heard of a better one, I've been a nurse now years, and so things may have changed. There might be another new program that people are using. You want to do your research and find what works best for you. Step number 3. Study the areas you're struggling in. So before you even get to the Nclex, you know how you did in nursing school. You know if you barely passed, you know the areas that you were strong in, and you know the areas you were weak in. And for me, when I was in nursing school, I struggled in math, a little bit in med surg. So those two areas I had to work my butt off to make sure that I had a clear understanding of what was being asked and a clear understanding of how to answer those types of questions. So come on in. Look down in your heart, baby. Look down in your heart. Look down at your grades. Look down at all of your stuff. You know deep down what you struggled in. I can't tell you what you struggled in, but we all know we're not all perfect in every single subject. There's some things that you're strong in, and there's some things that you're weak in. And those things that you are weak in, those are the things that you need to make sure that you have a clear understanding, because you don't want to. The way that the Nclex works is if you keep getting those questions wrong, and especially those types of questions, it'll keep giving you the same ones over and over, but just asking you in a different way. And you don't want that. The first 2 times that I took the Nclex, I got a ton of math questions, just math after math after math. And after reviewing and understanding the areas that I was weak in, I made sure that I had a clear understanding of the math. And if you are struggling in math or whatever, we all have a friend, we all know someone, or even YouTube videos that can break things down. I reached out to some friends that were in nursing school that were strong in math. I looked at some YouTube videos, and I made sure I had a clear understanding of all of the math questions, like IV drip, all of those different things. And when I took the Nclex on the 3rd time, I only had 1 math question. It worked for me, and I'm praying that it's going to work for you, okay? So let's move on to the next one. So this is a phrase that you might have heard. If you watch my other 2 nursing videos, you may have heard me say this before. Be here now. Saying, when you're studying or when you're taking the test, your mind has to be fully engaged and present of where you are at that moment. You can't be thinking about, I need to go get those groceries done. Or start to think, oh my God, I just got that question wrong. I know this is not the right answer. I'm about to fail this whole test. No, you can't think like that. You can't be doing all that. Be here now. Be focused on what you're doing. So you go in, and let's say you're studying and all of that. You need to be fully present for what you're doing. So for example, for me, when it was time for me to do practice questions at home, okay, I would go in the room. I left my phone in another room. That's what I did. And I focused on what I was doing. I would actually sit down. I wasn't in the bed. I wasn't laying down on my phone doing the questions. I think I was actually using my iPad. But if you have a laptop, or if you have an iPad, or if you have self-control, you can use your phone. I know I couldn't do that. Maybe some of you guys are better than me. But I was using my iPad, and I would sit in a chair, and I had a TV tray. And I would put the iPad on the TV tray, and I would sit down as if I am taking a real test. The TV was not on. Kids wasn't bothering me. There was nothing else that could distract me. It was me and the iPad, and I was fully engaged in what I was studying. And if I was getting the questions wrong, I would really study the rationale and just try to answer more questions like that. And that tended to really help me. So I hope that that tip can help you. Be here now. There's always review courses that are being offered. So for our class, we actually had a lady that had a small business, and she did review courses. Before I took it the 3rd time, I reached out to the lady and I said, hey, just want to know if you're still offering the review course. And she said, I actually am. I ended up, since I was like the last one to get in there, I think she knocked off $20 or $30. And sometimes it's just asking the extra question, or letting them know how bad you need the course. And, I had expressed to the lady, hey, I done failed the Nclex girl like 2 times. So I really need to take this course, because this is like one of the things I haven't done. And so she was understanding of that and was able to give me a discount. So wherever you are, wherever state that you're in, do your research, call around, maybe ask a friend or two. Somebody knows something about a review course, and I recommend that you take it. I could tell you today that that is one of the things that helped me pass the Nclex. Let's move on to the test day. Hey, the test day. Hey, the test day. Hey, so test day is here, okay? First of all, for me, the week that was leading up to the test, I went from doing like 100 questions a day to, I think I was maybe doing 20 or 30. It started to kind of go down. And at that point, I was just, trying to really be in the moment and focusing. If I was still struggling in something, trying to focus on those type of questions. So again, for me, that was med surg in math. I tried to answer those types of questions, okay? And I think the day before, I actually didn't even get a chance to do any questions or anything like that. I didn't have an opportunity to look at it. And I just really tried to enjoy the day before. I prepared myself. So the day before the test, I got out what I was going to wear the next day. I made sure everything was going to be organized. I knew that what I was going to eat for breakfast. So I got up the next morning and I had a good breakfast. Dropped the kids off at daycare. I dressed up that day. I wore my makeup that day. I said my prayers that day. I didn't even answer any more questions. And I walked in there with a purpose. And the lady said, "How are you doing today, Ashley?" I said, "I'm doing amazing. And I'm ready to pass this test." And you just have to have that type of attitude when you walk up in there like, I'm here. And that's how I walked up in there, like, Ashley's here, and I'm sorry that you didn't see me 3 times now, but I'm here to pass the test today. Don't give up. If you have failed the Nclex and you found this video because you failed it, I recommend that you look at the video that I posted about how I failed the Nclex 2 times. And in that video, I pretty much told you my life story, but I hope that it encourages you. I hope that it helps you and propels you into what you want to do. And hey, you went to nursing school, so you can't give up. I mean, this is not the end. You didn't do all of that hard work. Y'all, it is hard. Nursing school is hard. And it's not hard because the work is hard. It's hard because it's so much. And it's so different from regular college. And if you're in nursing school, you know that. You know that it's so much different from going to a university or going to a community college to going to nursing school. Everything that you learned then, you got to shift your mind. You got to shift your study habits. You got to shift everything for nursing school. They be trying to own your life. They be wanting to own your life and your firstborn, okay? And your firstborn, okay? Y'all know how it is, because if you didn't, you won't be watching this video. Anyway, I pray that this video finds you in good health and a good attitude. And remember, you can do this. Believe in yourself. Have strength. Don't give up. You done made it this far. Ain't no time for giving up or feeling sorry for yourself or anything like that. You can do it. Let me hear you say, you can do it. Let me hear you say, I can do it. Hey, say, I can do it. Hey, I can do it. I can do it. All right, that was a little song for y'all. Drop down in the comments if you would like to see a particular video. If you're struggling in something, if I can help you in that area, I will try. I've been out of school a little bit now. I graduated 4 years ago, and I've been a nurse now for 3 years. So, I'll do what I can. But if there's a particular area, though, that you do want to learn about, or you have questions about, or you're interested about, drop it down in the comments. And hey, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, girl, what you doing? What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button so that I can keep posting videos, okay? You have a good day and stay blessed. Bye.